Hey there, welcome to Tim Talks Cooking. I'm Tim, and today I'm making keto jalapeno poppers with shrimp. I think you're gonna like this recipe. It's really fun to make actually, and it's just delicious. And as always, I'm gonna show you the macros at the end of the video, so stick with us and let's get started. Our first order of business is to prepare the shrimp. Here I've got 3/4 of a pound of medium shrimp that I've peeled and deveined. And I'm going to season them up here with a few things. To start with, a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, of course some freshly ground black pepper, and a tablespoon of fresh oregano from my garden. You could use a half a teaspoon of dried oregano if you have it, or just leave it out if you don't like oregano. And then mix it up. Just want to give it a nice stir here. Make sure everything is coated with all the ingredients. And then we'll set this aside. Here we're going to prepare the peppers. I have 12 really big jalapeno peppers here that I have prepared by cutting a little window into them and cutting out the veins and getting the seeds out. I'll show you how to do that. Take a really sharp little paring knife like this one, and here you want to cut through the top of the pepper and through the core, but not through the other side of the pepper. We're going to remove all of that and now gently cut down through and around, back up to make a little window there. We're going to pull that off, and you can see it has some vein on it. We're just going to slice that off. Well, try to get all of it, of course. There we go. And push the seeds off. And here we're going to do the same thing with the inside of the pepper. Here I'm just going to slice it here and there. You have to be fairly gentle. We want the pepper to remain intact, of course. So I'm just going to cut around it here, and with a little patience, as you'll see, it pops right out of there, and we can just continue until we get the veins and seeds completely out. Now, here in this bowl, I've got 8 ounces of quesadilla cheese. You could use whatever kind of cheese you want here. This is just a really nice melting cheese. I'm going to put a little bit, probably half a tablespoon, in the bottom of each pepper. Next, I'm going to put a shrimp, or even maybe 2 shrimp if I can fit them in there. And of course, if you can't get the second shrimp all the way in, you can always cut it in half. But here, yeah, that's going to pretty much fit in there. We want it to be packed nicely with stuff here. And I'm going to put the lid on it and set it aside, go on to the next one. Next, we've got it nicely filled with shrimp. I'm going to add just a little bit more cheese on top, just like this. And this is actually going to help the little window that we cut out stick on better for the next step. And next, what we're going to do is wrap each one of these in a strip of bacon. And let me show you how to do that. Just attach it like that and pull it around. I like to tighten it up a little bit once I get it on there. There you go. Just give it a twist. And there you go. On to the next one. Now here they are, all wrapped up and ready to go into a 400-degree oven. That's 200 degrees Celsius for 40 to 45 minutes. Keep an eye on them. You want the bacon to get nice and crisp and brown on the outside. That's how you know they're done. Now, these are really a lot of poppers, and we're just not going to eat this many today. So what I'm going to do is show you how to freeze them. They freeze really great like this. I put them on a plate, just like this. And then I'm going to cover them with plastic wrap and set them in the freezer for a couple of hours so they can get nice and hard. And then I'll put them in a plastic bag and save them for another time. Here, the rest of them, I'm going to put them in the basket of my air fryer, just like this. There's really nothing to it. And in they go to the air fryer. Now here, I'm going to set this also for 400 degrees. And I'm going to start off by giving them 10 minutes in there, and I'll check them after that and see whether or not I want to cook them longer. I'm going to guess it's going to be a bit longer than that, but here we go. And here we are after 10 minutes. Let's just give them a look. Now, you can see that they're not done yet, but they're looking pretty good here, actually. And so I'm going to put them back in for another 5-6 minutes. And here they are after 6 minutes. Look at these. They're beautifully done. The bacon is nice and crisp. I'm going to pull them out and put them on a plate, and it's time to serve them. Well, all right, it's time to give these a taste. I think they look and smell so great. I'm going to get just a little bit of everything here. I use a fork and knife because they're pretty sloppy. Some people use their fingers, but I'm going to go with a fork and knife here. So, so delicious. Not too spicy, actually, of course, because we removed the veins and seeds. You can always leave them in if you want, but you got to make room for the stuff inside, right? The shrimp, perfectly cooked, just delicious. The bacon, actually a little crunchy outside. And the cheese filling, really tasty with a little bit of garlic and that fresh oregano. I hope you like this recipe. Let's talk macros now. The whole recipe, these 12 portions or these 12 peppers that we filled, comes down to 1,806.5 calories, 48 grams of net carbs, 136.1 grams of protein, and 116.5 grams of fat. Per pepper, that is per portion here, comes down to 150.5 calories, 4 grams of net carbs, 11.3 grams of protein, and 9.7 grams of fat. Before you go, don't forget to like the video, to share it on Facebook and elsewhere in social media, to comment on it right here at YouTube, and especially to subscribe to my channel. Helps my channel grow, and it helps you find my videos, especially if you click on that notifications bell. Thanks so much for joining us here today at Tim Talks Cooking, huh? We'll catch you next time.